You might think you're controlling your portions, but what if I told you that the mistakes you're making could be holding you back from your weight loss goals? In fact, most people misjudge their portions by up to 50% without even realizing it. Are you one of them? If you've been working hard to lose weight but feel like you're stuck, this video is for you. Today, we're exploring one of the most common obstacles that people face on their fat loss journey: portion control mistakes. Are you really controlling your portions the right way, or could hidden errors be causing you to overeat without even realizing it? Throughout this video, we're going to tackle the biggest questions you have. What are the top portion control mistakes that could be sabotaging your progress? Why do so many people fail at controlling their portions, even when they think they're doing everything right? And most importantly, what simple tweaks can you make to finally take control and accelerate your weight loss? Stick with me, because not only will we uncover the mistakes you're probably making, but I'll also give you easy, actionable tips to correct them. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear strategy to avoid these pitfalls and ensure your portion control is working for you, not against you. Let's get started. Let's kick things off with one of the biggest and most common mistakes: misjudging portion sizes. It's incredibly easy to underestimate how much food you're actually eating. You might think you're sticking to your meal plan, but without realizing it, you could be adding hundreds of extra calories to your day. Studies show that people often misjudge their portions by up to 30%. That's like turning a 400-calorie meal into a 520-calorie meal, just because you eyeballed it. Imagine doing that several times a day. It adds up quickly, and before you know it, your calorie intake is way above what you thought. For example, think about foods like pasta, rice, or even peanut butter. A single serving might look small compared to what we're used to seeing on our plates, but those extra spoonfuls can make a huge difference. That's why using tools like a food scale or portion control containers can be a game changer, especially until you get the hang of portion sizes. Keep watching, because next up, we're going to talk about a sneaky portion control mistake that even the healthiest eaters often make. It's all about the healthy foods you might be overindulging in without even realizing it. Stay tuned. Alright, let's dive into another sneaky portion control mistake: not accounting for healthy foods. We've all been there. You're eating super healthy, snacking on nuts, adding avocado to your meals, cooking with olive oil, and thinking you're crushing it. But here's the catch: just because something is healthy doesn't mean it's low in calories. For example, nuts and avocados are packed with nutrients, but they're also incredibly calorie-dense. A handful of almonds can add up to 150 to 200 calories, and that extra scoop of guac? It's easily pushing 100 to 150 calories more. These small portions can quickly add up, and before you know it, you've blown through your calorie goals without even realizing it. What's tricky is that these foods make us feel good about our choices. Hey, it's healthy, right? But in reality, if you're not mindful of portions, they can slow down your progress just like any other calorie-packed food. The key is moderation. Portion out these foods just as you would with anything else, and you'll find a balance between eating healthy and staying on track with your goals. So, here's my question for you: have you ever fallen into the healthy food trap and realized you were overeating? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your stories. And don't go anywhere, because next up, we're talking about a major pitfall that almost everyone overlooks: how sauces, dressings, and condiments can silently wreck your portion control efforts. Trust me, this one's a game changer. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest hidden calorie traps: sauces, dressings, and condiments. You might be eating a perfectly portioned meal, but then you add that creamy dressing, pour on the barbecue sauce, or spread a little extra mayo, and suddenly, you've turned a healthy meal into a calorie bomb. Here's the thing: sauces and dressings are sneaky. They often add hundreds of extra calories without filling you up, so you don't even notice the damage being done. A couple of tablespoons of ranch dressing can have more than 140 calories. If you're not measuring it out, you might be adding double or even triple that amount without realizing it. The same goes for ketchup, barbecue sauce, and other condiments loaded with sugar. It's not about cutting these out completely, but rather about being mindful. Try measuring out your sauces or switch to lighter alternatives like vinaigrettes or even just a squeeze of lemon. This small change can make a huge difference in keeping your portions under control while still enjoying flavorful meals. Before you continue, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Doing so will motivate me to create more of this content, and it will also make YouTube to recommend this video to other beautiful people like you that needs this information. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Let's move on to one of the sneakiest tricks your brain plays on you, using large plates and bowls. Believe it or not, the size of your dish can have a huge impact on how much you eat. When you use a big plate, your portions look smaller, which often leads you to add more food to your plate without even realizing it. It's called the portion distortion effect, and it's one of the easiest ways to overeat. Here's how it works. Imagine putting a single serving of pasta on a large dinner plate. It'll look tiny, right? So, you add a little more until it looks like a normal meal. But if you took that same portion and put it on a smaller plate, suddenly it looks like a full, satisfying meal. The trick here is simple. Switch to smaller plates and bowls, and your brain will naturally think you're eating more, helping you control portions without feeling deprived. This psychological hack can really make a difference, especially when you're trying to cut back without feeling like you're missing out. The best part? You're still eating the same amount, but it feels like more. Have you ever tried using smaller plates or bowls to help with portion control? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it worked for you. And don't go anywhere, because coming up next, we're looking into the calorie-packed danger that is often overlooked: liquid calories. You won't believe how much they can sabotage your progress, so stick around. Let's talk about a huge portion control mistake that often flies under the radar: liquid calories. You might be totally on top of portioning out your food, but what about what you're drinking? Sugary drinks, juices, smoothies, and even alcohol are some of the biggest calorie culprits out there. What makes it worse is that they don't make you feel as full as solid food does, so you could easily sip your way through hundreds of extra calories without even noticing. Take smoothies, for example. They seem super healthy, right? But some smoothies can pack over 500 calories, especially if they're loaded with fruit juices, yogurts, or sweeteners. And don't even get me started on things like soda or sweetened coffee drinks. The best way to stay on track is to apply the same portion control principles to your drinks as you do with your meals. Measure out your servings, swap sugary drinks for water or tea, and be mindful of how much alcohol or juice you're consuming. Question for you: how often do you check the portion sizes of your drinks? Drop a comment below. What's your go-to strategy for keeping liquid calories in check? And stick around, because next, we're diving into a common pitfall that can undo all your hard work: overeating after exercising. This is one mistake you don't want to miss. Next up is a portion control mistake that's all too easy to make: forgetting to adjust portions after exercising. We've all been there. You finish a tough workout, you're feeling good, and you think, "I've earned this extra food." While it's true that exercise burns calories, it's really easy to overestimate how much you've burned and end up eating more than necessary. For example, you might burn 300 calories during a workout, but if you reward yourself with a huge meal or an extra snack, you can easily cancel out any calorie deficit you created. And what's worse? Many people fall into the mindset of "I worked out, so I can eat more," leading to bigger portions than usual. The key here is balance. Yes, exercise is great for boosting your metabolism and overall health, but it doesn't give you a free pass to overeat. Stick to your planned portions, and if you're really hungry, opt for nutrient-dense, low-calorie options like veggies or lean protein. Let's look at a mistake that hits close to home for many of us: emotional and distracted eating. Picture this: you're sitting in front of the TV or scrolling through your phone, and without even thinking, you're halfway through a bag of chips or a tub of ice cream. It happens all the time. When you're distracted or eating out of stress, boredom, or even celebration, you're far less aware of how much you're eating. This kind of eating is driven by emotions, not hunger, and it leads to mindlessly consuming more than your body actually needs. Plus, when you're distracted, your brain doesn't register how full you are until it's too late. Whether it's eating while watching TV, working, or browsing social media, distractions take your focus away from portion control. The fix? Mindful eating. Take time to slow down, savor each bite, and pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues. It might seem simple, but being present during meals can dramatically reduce the chances of overeating. If you found this video helpful, you're going to love what's coming next. Our next video, titled The Ultimate Guide to Mindful Eating Practices, is a must-watch to fully grasp how to apply these portion control strategies effectively. We'll dive deep into the art of mindful eating, which is crucial for making sure you don't just understand portion control, but also practice it in a way that drives results. Remember, understanding portion sizes is just the beginning. To truly achieve your goals and stay on track, you need the comprehensive insights we'll be sharing in the next video. So, keep watching and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the full guide to transforming your eating habits. Click on the video on your screen to dive right into mindful eating practices and take your portion control to the next level. See you there.